But yeah, Caitlin Clark's tech was rescinded. Duh. Someone said here, tech was rescinded, but its service purpose to galvanize white people against black players in support of Caitlin. What do you mean? I don't know what race the referee was, but no player did anything to Caitlin other than Tash Cloud with a very minor foul that the referee ignored. So Caitlin Clark drove to the basket. Tash fouls her again. She trips over after the pass and kind of brushes off the referee. And by the way, I have seen this play be made in Ireland. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Circa 2016 Irish basketball. If you know, you know about the player brushing off against a referee call. There's probably nobody that gets this reference, but if you know, you know. There's probably a niche 100 people where a player got fucking suspended for brushing off a referee because the referee said they claimed they punched him. Even though video evidence said otherwise. But like, when you are Caitlin Clark here for this, like the referees here, if you didn't see. So in the referee report, they said what led to Caitlin Clark's technical foul in the third quarter. They said the official deemed that Clark intentionally made contact, therefore a technical foul was assessed. No, you don't. That is a terrible call. If you deem that Caitlin intentionally made contact with you, it is an ejection, no questions asked. Every referee knows that. The referee jumped the gun and teed up Caitlin, expecting that Caitlin Clark was going to say something, and she didn't. Thinking that Caitlin Clark, based on the way her face looked, that she was going to react. Operation Get Caitlin her 8th technical foul was there from the start of the game. And then they came out with this. It says here, how did the official know it was intentional? And they said, the league office will review whether any additional penalty should be assessed. In the referee's report, they as well has said that the league will determine whether or not Caitlin will be suspended for throwing a pass and her momentum bringing her into a referee. The referee's report said that. It is as simple as that. The referee's report said that about the technical foul for Caitlin. I've never in my life seen something like this happen where within an hour the technical foul was rescinded. And then because it was rescinded, people are quoting white privilege for Dijonay's tweet. And now all of a sudden you've got the other side of the mainstream media, those dumbasses that don't know anything about basketball but are sports and political, but no, they're just dumbasses. And they're saying Caitlin Clark's technical only got rescinded for white privilege because of the Dijonay tweet. Therefore, again, Dijonay's tweet causing so much more shit. And it's one of those things now where the referees really effed this up. And like Caitlin Clark's tech getting rescinded that quickly. I also love how she pulled a Taurasi. I do love how she pulled Taurasi. If you guys don't know, in Taurasi's last season as a pro, Taurasi got a tech and it was for her suspension. And they asked, they were like, oh, your team set the record for the most techs, and she just laughed. And then they were like, okay, but you're going to be suspended for the next game. She goes, no, I'm not going to be. It's going to be rescinded. I'm playing next game. And then Caitlin, when she was asked about the tech, said this to Holly Rowe.
Technical foul. I know that can lead to another suspension. What are your thoughts on what happened?
She said I ran into her. I've already watched it on the tape, so we'll let the league decide, but it wasn't intentional or anything. So I'm hoping it's getting rescinded, Holly.
And nothing was said. Nothing was said.
I'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay.
I'll see you on Tuesday. Yeah, that is a more diplomatic version of what Diana Taurasi said. And And yeah, look, it's one of those things where I don't think the league, these referees could have done a worse job on this. Like, even in this response, saying, like, it says whether any additional penalty should be assessed. So they doubled and tripled. The referee's last 2 minutes report doubled and tripled down. Well, last 2 minutes report doubled down on Caitlin Clark intentionally hitting the referee. And if that is the case, I'm being very clear. Caitlin should have been tossed. Caitlin should have been tossed. It's as simple as that. Like, obviously, it's not intentional. Like, can we be very clear? Caitlin Clark should not have been teed up. This tech being rescinded immediately was the right decision. Very clear. It was very, very, very clear. And they came to the right decision in the end. But the referee legitimately messed up everything. Like, you absolutely cannot claim that a player intentionally hits you and keep them on the floor. That is a bad refereeing call. Objectively, there's no way Caitlin gets assessed a technical foul. Unless your goal is, we're trying to give Caitlin a technical foul and we want to suspend it. And I tweeted out, 1 minute into the game, Operation Get Caitlin a technical foul is active. 1 minute into the game, you could tell they were trying to get Caitlin fouled out. Or teed up. But yeah, look, it's just a very, very annoying situation here. But yeah, like, I actually just hate the refs in this league. I think they're pathetic. I think they're terrible. I think they don't do a good job. I think they escalate situations rather than de-escalate situations. Thank God they didn't toss Dejanay Carrington, which should have been the right decision, but Dejanay Carrington had to go and post on fucking Twitter. Yeah, it is what it is. So these refs are horrific. These refs are absolutely. The ref thought she was the birthday. Yes. The ref, in fact, did think that she was the birthday. That is the best way of describing that situation. But anyway, I'll see you guys.